Do it. Email, right? Spokio. Email. Spokio, right? I'm telling you guys, it's not being it seems funny, but
Hey, this is Blake Sloan. I've been selling real estate over 14 years. Our team of highly trained professionals, along with our unmatched marketing, has sold thousands of homes here in the Myrtle Beach area, and this is how we do it.
so this is the number one most important metric for 2021. Not like, I think I'm at 45, it's got to be a very specific number. I'm at 67%. Right? If I don't know the very specific exact number of what my offer written to offer acceptance ratio, I'm not a professional. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not going to be successful in this business. Bottom line. I hate to be that blunt about it and scare anybody that's brand new, but if you don't know this number, if you're not obsessed with this number, you're not going to make it very well in 2021. This has got to be something that you think about all day, every waking moment is what's my offer written to offer acceptance ratio. Why is that? Because that's the only way you're going to win in 2021. You can't get by putting some in when everybody else has got something submitted. You can't get by hoping something gets done. I don't know if you can get in getting 5,000 closing costs back. I may offer it without the closing costs and go back try to renegotiate after I get the deal and add $5,000 to it. But I'm never going to start making those changes unless I'm obsessed with this metric right here. It's important because this is what makes or breaks it. It's the same concept though, right? Same concept. Alex teaches some cool right? Something that I even found from some friends in a mastermind group that looked very well. I'm like, hey, look, make sure you teach this to everybody on Tuesday. 2 people do it out of 25, right? That's important. It's the same concept here of what's the most important metric in 2021 and how obsessed with am I. I want to have some on my computer screen, on my desktop, whatever it is, with this number looking me in the face every single day, right? Your weight doesn't change until you start getting on the scale every day, right? You got to be obsessed with this. And so I don't want to get here and beat that dead horse, but that's the number one problem right now for anyone. Okay, and so we got to make sure that we're obsessed in doing that and having that through a spreadsheet, whatever it is. Alex and I share the KPI sheet with you guys to use if you want. But again, people got to do what? Use it. But I'm just wanting to share, like I get up here and teach you the coolest things you've ever seen this year tactically, but if you're not obsessed with those numbers, it's not going to do anything. If you don't execute, it's not going to do anything. And all the problems we have right now, all the problems you have right now come down to one thing only. I thought about this last week too, actually, which is ironic. This is what happened this morning. Is this word right here. What's that? Execution. This happened multiple times, 2 times this week. Since I've been back, I had 2 people pissed off at me, write emails back that said we didn't get back to them. One this morning, one yesterday. So we had a lady who requested a showing on our Sloan Realty Group site, on our brand new website, who requested to see something, gets a call. How many people answer random numbers these days? Nobody. So we don't send a text message or Spokio or email her. What's that a problem of? Execution. I can't teach that to you guys. It's got to be an obsession internally because what is it doing just enough? And this is just a reflection for anybody in regards to what we do because it goes on the second thing I'll teach today. Right? But we have to be obsessed with this. Execution. Anytime we have a problem, right, in business, it always has to do any time that we're off process. And so we got to make sure we're obsessed with this. And really, for you all, everyone in this room is doing this. It's not just a bad thing. We're one of the top agents last year, but we're still missing a ton right here. In today's market, you can't not execute. You can get away with that shit last year and the year before. You've got to be obsessed with execution this year. Why is that? Because the stakes are higher. The pace is faster, and the competition's higher. So we got to make sure that we're obsessed with going in this hard. Are you guys hearing me on this? Like, every single time I've got to have a mental checklist what I'm doing. Did I call them? Did I leave a voicemail? Did I text message them? Did I email them? You have to hit every single angle. Thank God this one lady just wrote back and was pissed off about it. And then I get him to somebody else. What happened to you, Austin?
I texted her like 7 o'clock this morning.
And what she do?
Right back.
She texts you right back. Again, what's that called? Execution. I'm on a point too where I don't even know who to get leads to. Sometimes I'm worried not to get executed. They don't get followed back or the calls don't get logged or whatever it is. And so we got to make sure we're obsessed with this right now. This is kind of the second thing I was talking about is this what's happening overall from, I spent a lot of time last week thinking about what holds people back. Why do some people make certain level of success and why do other people don't have a certain level of success, right? Why do some people come in and do very well? Why do some people not do very well? What do you think it comes down to? It comes down to this right here. What's that? You. We have the same systems, same leads, same processes, exact presentations, right? All this stuff here, and it comes down to really specifically you. And what that means is it comes down to, number one, my discipline, right? Number two, my beliefs. Number three, my stories, right? And really, number four, I guess I'll add this in here, is my execution. Execution to process. Not execution the way I want to do it, not execution the way I think I want to do it, not execution the way I feel that I should do it today. How does it have to do? Execution how it's needed to be done every single time. Because the minute I cut corners, the minute I get killed in business. But it was really interesting to me to look at, to think about, and it really had to do with like, how do I change people? And why do some people come here in the beginning, we say the same exact shit, then 4 months later, I say the same exact shit, and they do it and they execute. Why? Belief. Belief, belief, belief. And I've been doing this for a long time. I don't want to make you guys do it just for my ego. I do it because I want you guys to win. Right? Anytime that somebody's not doing well, they come in, they do a little bit, they mess around a little bit, they do good, and guess what they do? They become professional, want to do it their own way, and they end up fucking up every single time. Right? And it's important to look at because there's got to be this complicated thing, but what you got to do is you got to build you and the discipline of you first. We're talking about this in the call with Garrett. Garrett had the same thing where people come in, they want to learn about business, right? They teach you some business shit, teach you some business shit. But what Warrior does and what you got to do is you got to do what? You got to fix you. And it goes back to Karate Kid. You guys seen Karate Kid, the movie? What does he talk about? Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. What's the other one? Paint the fence, right? Paint the fence, right? But what's everybody want to do? They want to do jump, spin, a roundhouse to the head. The problem is you're going to get your ass beat if you're doing the jump house, roundhouse to the head in today's market. I got to stick with what? The basics of execution, which is so simple to what? Text message someone who requested a showing on a property and was assigned to me. They don't respond to text. Maybe it's a house number. Then what do I do?
Email.
Do what? Email, right? Spokio. Email, Spokio, right? I'm telling you guys, it's not being it's funny, but that's the reality of where we're up. Why? Because we're trying to do the fancy roundhouse shit, and we're so busy doing 55 moves, we don't stick with the simple. Okay, and it goes back to the one belief. Talked to Brandon this morning at the gym. Brandon's talking. Brandon said what? How many pending you got? 7 pending. Are the leads any different? No. At all, right? Presentation different? No. Script different? No. What's different? Me. You. And so there's 2 parts to why this is important for you guys to share. You got to be obsessed with building you. The tools aren't the problem. The leads aren't the problem. That's the hardest thing for people to see because they always want to blame it on something external. And I wanted to share this today, and I thought about this for a lot last week, just sitting out there like, man, what separates everybody different? And it's always a belief because I watch somebody who comes in. After a while, guess what? They look different. They talk different. They act different. They speak different. And finally, what do they start to see? Results. But it doesn't happen until you're focusing on changing you. And so all the stories, the things you have, or hey, I'm not getting this, well, there's probably a reason why. But it's not so I'm obsessed with looking at the mirror and figuring, what am I doing wrong? What's my conversation off? Am I recording myself? Am I listening to myself? Am I going back? And am I really focusing on what? Fundamentals, right? Fundamentals. Am I obsessed with that? So I just want you guys to think about that because what goes to 7 pending and 10 pending, it really comes down to you. Really, your belief in your standards. If I had to have those 2 things. The one, do I believe it's possible? Can I do it? Right? What's the whole things holding me back from as a kid? The way I was raised, what I think about money, what I think about success, all these things, right? And also what my minimum acceptable standard is. That's the other key part there. Is it okay? Once 7 becomes a new minimum, I'm not going to be able to operate unless I have 7, 10 deals pending. That's a you thing. But I can't teach that. You have to teach that. I told Will the same thing yesterday. Hey, look, if you're here with 6, 8, 10 months and you ain't been through Jordan Belfort 2+ times on your own, you ain't going to make it. Why? Because right? You're not a high-level expert in sales psychology yet. And if you're not willing to go through and learn some stuff on your own, you're not going to be able to be good enough to really thrive in this marketplace right now.